Hello, welcome back. This is Lennox, and getting back to Mega Man X3. We just had the Doppler save levels left to do, so let's get on with the game. So, when last we left off, we had all the stuff from we had all the bosses dropped. We've been to all other stages. We are avoiding the question marks. That's important. So, let's go to the first Doppler station. There is a secret in this Doppler station, in the first Doppler session, and it is kind of a pain to get to. The important thing is that we have full heart tanks, full sub-tanks, and the idea here is to get to the last... to get to basically the light part of the state level with just be at full health. So it took me a minute to... That's the nice thing about having the ear dash. I believe you also have to be at full sub-tanks for this, but I don't remember. And thankfully I remember the section of the levels now. So, go up. Yeah, you remember the scumbag closers in X2. Well, this is its friend. +1 to the death count. Yeah, I'll have the death count written down. I forgot to remind myself what the death count was at the end of the last recording. So, sorry. Moving right along. Oh. Trying to be a little fancy, see where it gets me. Yeah, the thing that I didn't show off too much before was unless I don't remember showing it off, was the damage field. Whoa, okay. Those spikes are instant kills. Don't touch them. Those spikes drop like that under the exact purpose of just killing you if you're trying to jump that ledge. Yeah, try not to get caught by it. Basically, is the idea there. Oh, and there's +1 to the death counter. Getting off to a great start tonight. Great start. Here we go again. Oh, come on. I don't know why that tends to hurt them like that. It might be the Spectre Orange effect. One thing that really irritates me about is that the main shot now is harder to get to, and the primary fire is... Fun fact, playing Project X Zone, yeah, I shut up about Project X Zone, but that shot right there showed up in Project X Zone is the part of the multi-attack for X and Zero. I thought that was really cool. There we go. I believe on one of my test recordings I got that in the first try. Can't have been. There we go. Yeah, they didn't remember to model gravity. So, as a reminder, if you basically had lost Zero before you got to this point... So, okay, the ceiling is falling. X, I've come to help you. I'll stop the collapsing ceiling. You destroy that junk robot. Yeah, if you had managed to get Zero killed... If you'd managed to get Zero killed before this point, you basically have a short time limit on killing the robot. X, there is an army of powerful Mavericks in Dr. Doppler's lab. They've been modified by Dr. Doppler to war machines. Be careful. I'll watch my step. Thanks, Zero. I'm gonna scout around. I'll catch up later. So, that's the first section of the level. Yeah, double-shotting those things is actually kind of a waste. Oh, excellent. There's that. So... really, game? Okay. It's gotta be easier to kill those things. I don't know why I'm doing this. Forget it. Okay, here's that area. I'm gonna have to stop here. By stop here, I mean I'm gonna have to stop and use that trick to get my HP back. Because that is really effective. So I should be fine with just full health. Drop down here. Here it is! Ladies and gentlemen, this is the 9th capsule. Enter this capsule, X. Install this chip to enhance all your parts. The situation should now be improved. Good luck, X. This is the pink capsule we wanted. Ching! So, yeah, now we are this golden armor. So we can now double jump. We can now double air dash. The X-Buster upgrade actually gives us a new ability called the Hyper Cannon. Or the Hyper C, or whatever they're calling it. The Hyper C basically lets us store damage in the gun. When we turn it on, we start shooting Mega Buster shots. Which is really cool. And one of the few damage to charge X weapon abilities that is useful on bosses. So, yeah, now we basically have a gold Mega Man X, which I think is awesome. In fact, I'll probably use it for the next boss character, just to show it off. It's down here. Oh, okay. Fair enough. So, I did play through the level once before up to this point. Right. This is the boss you fight if you hadn't... Okay, so we're gonna go to the Hyper Cannon here, which is kind of cool. I'm a little irritated that it's the basically you just fire the charge shots like that. There, we blew his nose off. Oh right, that's what that does. Right. Of course. Let's try the tornado thing. Now it's acid. Yeah, now we take damage when we touch the ground. Great idea, isn't it? Oh, that's interesting. Parasite bomb, apparently. I'm really just screwing around here. Okay, that's... Okay, enough of this crap. I don't think there's any particular weaknesses, except that Ray seems to be kind of effective. Yeah, we're gonna drop a sub-tank here. We don't actually need to keep them full for the rest of this. Ow. Okay, that's actually kind of hard to hit with, so we're just gonna go old X-Buster. And you can hear that sound effect in the background. That sound effect in the background is just to every time we take damage, it's actually telling us about it. That we're charging that up some more. When you hear the when you hear a different sound effect when you take damage, you get. Sorry, I'm not talking a whole lot. This is taking a little more concentration than I'd like, especially since I tend to either fire on the wall when I didn't mean to. That's how I roll. Yeah, if you had not beat, I think this one is bit. I think this one's bit. If you hadn't beaten Bit with the correct special weapon, you would have fought an enhanced version of him here. Which is kind of irritating. Here we are. So there's our first Doppler stage done. Okay, now I'm going to be a little cautious now. The other thing we can do, which I'm going to sit here and just let it trigger, just to show it off. That effect, every time you do that, you get basically one energy pellet back. So its primary advantage is if you're sitting in a boss, if you're sitting in in the area before a boss room, you can just basically beat him without. You can take care of you can recharge all of your sub tanks. So you can go basically all out all the time. There, that was the sound effect. Okay, yeah, using the frost. That's interesting. I didn't actually get the health. Those honestly remind me of one of the bosses, one of the mid bosses in whose boss is that? There we go. I'm doing this primarily to try and start recharging my sub tanks, but yeah, let's go ahead and we'll go ahead and take the N armor here. Actually, we'll take the K armor, because the kangaroo armor is just as the K armor is honestly just the same as the regular N armor, except you can do this. Just oh. Really? Really? They want us to use the frog armor. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we will now see several deaths thanks to the frog armor. Thanks to the stupid frog armor getting us killed. Okay. That's one. Why am I even trying? Somebody please tell me. Yeah, he doesn't have another shot other than those two, so that's generally the best way of sorting him out. Okay, he does have another shot. He shoots energy balls. Nice. Okay, let's go back to that. Really? Really? Yeah. I'm apparently just sucking today. So, we're just gonna power on through here. Get HP where we need to. The fact they have those stupid masks is really frustrating. So, we'll try this one more time. Yeah. I hate this armor. I hate this armor so much. Nope. Nope, 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 none of that. Having none of that. Just forget the right armor. We're just leaving. We're just leaving. Okay. We are now going to switch over to 0. And I think this is the point where... Unfortunately, I can never remember... Yes, it is. Good, I did it. So, ladies and gentlemen, this thing, it basically changes its modes. Yeah. And then does some damage to you based on... Oh my. Oh. Oh, great. Well, ladies and gentlemen, because I failed at life, I am going to have to give up on the awesomeness. Because 0 only has 1 life. So... I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to stop the video. I'm going to switch over. I'm either going to cut or stop the video here. This is the failure for attacks. Our power generator is damaged. Go ahead and crush them. Your only hope, X. Yeah, I was really wanting that Sabre, so this is what we're going to do. I'm gonna stop the video here. Welcome back, folks. I ended up having to reload to the earlier save, and it was a little irritating. So we're starting back at that stage. We've got 0 still alive, thankfully, because I reverted back to the earlier load and password. So, and I redid that stage. I managed to do it without getting myself killed. As you can see, I got the capsule back. Really, the only mildly interesting thing from that run was that I found what was up there, up in that corner. And that's the fact that there's There's actually a ride armor in the top corner of that area to basically make your life a little easier when you're doing things. Additionally, okay. And the drill is actually rather effective against that elephant head boss. Because it tends to hit him a lot and it does decent damage. There we go. So, heading back to this tomfoolery. I managed to also not die during that run, so I'm kind of pleased about that. I am going to count the zero death as a death, because I did indeed fail at the game, but I do really want to show off Zero's forget it. As you can see, you can get across with no problems. One of the really irritating things is that Zero does not have an air dash, which, when you get used to things, so we're going to sit here, and we're actually going to sit down and charge, and you see Zero's health bar is actually less. So he goes through. This is where you would have fought Vile the first time if you had not. Jeez. Holy moly! Not again. Well, this time I was prepared, and I prepared a save state at the beginning of the level, so we're going to load that, because I really want to show that power-up off. I don't end up using it a whole lot during the game, but it's really cool. That's the long and short of it. I think it's awesome, and you as the viewer should be able to see it. So, if I die again, I'm going to double check the Doppler stages. Actually, I'm certain that they do. I have the password saved from that written down, but I don't think it will actually help us at all. And, just so you can see that I'm not save scumming my way through the game, I am just going to, as you can see, I am just going to sit down, and I'm going to increment the death count every single time I lose zero, and I'm going to go through the entire level again, just for you guys. Screw that. Nuts to that. Don't need that. Nuts to that. We have double air dashing. We can go pretty much wherever we want. Okay. We can basically skip wherever we want this. So we're going to switch back to zero again. X, I'm on my way. So we're going to go ahead and charge that up. I'm thoroughly surprised to see the fact that the thing basically went for me like that. It drained my charge shot. That. I don't know what's going on here. Well, okay, I know what's going on. I'm failing at the game. I can usually sort him out in a couple shots. I can usually sort him out on the first try with zero, because... yeah, that's the other advantage of the... just this. Nuts to this. We are just going to air dash our way around the stage. Which we would. Come on. Ooh, that was a bit of a slowdown there. I'm just gonna sit here and take damage, because I don't care anymore. Don't care, don't care. Nah. Don't care. Just don't care anymore. Isn't it nice to just not care? Just run past stuff. It's easier than trying to kill them. X, I'm on my way. Okay. Right, I forgot to charge. So, as far as I can tell, the easiest way to sort this thing out is just to dash everywhere. There we go. You just have to tap with the Sabre. And it rams us. Takes almost all our health away. There's one little bar left. And blows up on us. Really, really bad. What was that explosion? Zero, are you okay? Sorry, X. I failed. It seems my power generator is damaged. Yes, power generator keeps getting damaged. I'll try and make it back to Dr. Kane's lab for repairs. You can't tell what's waiting for you, X. You better take my beam saber with you. Crush them all, X. You're our last hope. So yeah, we now have beam saber. Boom. Yeah, that beam saber is pretty awesome. It's kind of worth the trouble we went through to get it. Okay. Yeah, it will basically one-shot everything. So... Oh, those... We're just basically checking for stuff. We're basically using the frost shield, the frost ability, for the fact that you keep getting health when you kill things with it. Which, as far as I know, is just part of the way the game is. So here's part of the game that's a little irritating. Let's get past it, but probably get a little bit of health back while we're waiting for this thing to finish climbing. Yep, we are. Parasite Bomb might actually be a good call here, but... Oops. And I gotta sit here and wait for it to come back down. All the way from the top. So we're gonna sit here and do nothing and wait for our health to regen and for that stupid ladder to come back. And as we're emulating it, super speed. Maybe it's not going to come back. Oh, convenient. And of course, you know, sitting there waiting for the full thing at super speed, we charged our sub-tank. How convenient. We're going to switch to the Parasite Bomb and see if that helps our life out. That's kind of nice. charge up a shot. We got one shot level left for our friend the Beam Saber. Yeah, I thought the Beam Saber had to be at full health to get a shot, to get it shot off, but apparently not, which I think is awesome. No! No! Crap. Oh, there's a tick on the death counter. Oh. We still have the Beam Saber as far as I remember. Just to confirm that, we do have to go through the whole level again. Yep, we got our Beam Saber. That thing basically has 2 health bars, which is why it's surviving. Up we go. Nuts to that. Nuts to you. Nuts to that. Just the heck with all of you. Oh, there's our... that sound, chime you heard, was the game going, oh, by the way, you go for full Hyper Jam now. Spiked turtle things. So, we don't have Zero anymore, which is unfortunate. He's damaged, he can't do anything for us anymore. But, which means we have to fight this thing again with Zero! However, if you beat it with X, it doesn't kamikaze into you. Yeah, the trend here is that the Z-Saber, Zero's Beam Saber will destroy pretty much anything in 1 or 2 hits. So you always want to have it ready. I think it didn't work before because because the enemies also get a period of limited invincibility too. Yep. Going up. Really irritating. But you. That's to you. And don't like you. Okay. So this slug is now going to make its way up. I'm going to kill those things as they come up. Yeah, and he puts the saber back on his, wherever he puts it. Well, I don't believe it's possible to recharge. Yeah, he puts it, basically puts it back somewhere. So, this one we need to ride all the way up. Because that's a trap. That is a trap. That's it. And that is a way to, you know, it's that one we want to get. So, actually, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to intentionally let off those 2 shots, and then I'm just going to close to wherever the boss is, and then I'm going to give him a hug. Huh. Oh. Nope. Yeah, does basically on standard, on basic bosses, it does half the health with the saber, which makes it so worth it. It's not the Hadouken, but it's pretty close. As a note, the getting Zero Sabre is not contingent on anything other than beating Vile with the spinning blades and taking Zero into that fight and defeating it with Zero. It's an important thing to remember. You can have otherwise a bare X and get in there and have the Beam Saber, or you can have everything, including the golden capsule.